It'll be tight in this.
What size is it?
Medium.
Not as tight as I would be in.
All right, so let's swap. You can have the, you can have the medium.
Getting you that thing over my head. Wind is blowing pretty hard.
It is.
I might know where they're gonna be.
You might what?
I might know where they're gonna head to.
In that bottom, or them pines.
That little opening. So we could go ahead and go down there. Problem is, they might already be there.
Roosting down there.
Alright. So this morning didn't work out quite. It wasn't quite as a sure thing as we thought it was.
Yep. Gobbled 3 times and shut up.
We did make another turkey gobble, but he might as well have been in
The next county.
yeah, because he was a long way. He wasn't moving, so we changed tactics. Changed it up. We changed the plan. And so we're going. Yeah, a big piece of property where we got some room to roam a little bit. So we're gonna see if we can get on one out here. Yeah. Oh, man. Y'all, this turkey has gave me fits. I hope we can see that on camera decent. I think we can. Oh, man. Lord have mercy. This joker ain't been gobbling much. Thank you, Lord. On Good Friday. Thank you, Lord. Oh, man. Man, I'm shaking so bad I can't even fasten my pad back up on my vest. Come on. Let's just take the vest off. Man, that one right there took me a minute. Just probably only got 1 inch spurs, but probably 9.5 on the beard. Well, it's Good Friday. Finally broke the ice on my first longbeard of the year. This bird right here, he kind of gave us a fits for pretty much since opening day. He had been roosted in about the same spot, pretty much within, probably 75, 80 yards of the same tree every morning we've been on him. We just couldn't figure out where he was going. He would gobble. He probably gobbled, I don't know, the first 4 days we hunted him, he probably gobbled about 4 or 5 times, and that was it. This morning he gobbled more than he has. Not real sure what was going on, if he had the hens, but as soon as he hit the ground, I guess he found the hens and got with them, and he never made a sound. So kind of what I did on him was, one time I got up and walked probably 20 yards, and then figured the spot I was set up in, they really like to be at, and that they would be there sometime throughout the day. I just didn't know when it was going to be, so I kind of deer hunted him. I wouldn't have sat there all day. Eventually I would have got up and came home, but I sat there and some crows flew over and got on top of him, and he gobbled. Before that, I'd seen him kind of come out in the fire break way on down, so it kind of gave me a pretty good idea of what they were doing. Finally figured that out. Of course, today was the day I killed him, so that really didn't help a whole lot, but I did. I came out, and once they came out, they went over this. There's a little small rise, and once they did that, I laid down and crawled out from where they could see me to get in a little better position and move to the other side of the road. And luck would have it, I thought they were going to make a big circle maybe, and they wouldn't make it over there till this afternoon. So I got a camera set up in there, so I knew they were frequent in the evening. But I hadn't really seen a whole lot of them during the morning. But I decided I'd give it a shot anyway. I didn't want to get up and move and run them off. So that was a key thing there, is we didn't move a lot on this bird because he didn't gobble a lot. So we never bumped him, we never spooked him. He didn't respond to calls hardly at all. He did a little bit this morning, which you'll see on you saw on the video that he did respond to some tree up stuff this morning, but other than that was it. But they came around, they ended up coming around and getting on the neighbor's property and then coming back to my place. So they walked in there, and one of the main things, one thing I really wanted to touch on was that a lot of people want to take a decoy spread or whatever out there and they put a hen out and the bird doesn't come in. Usually 9 times out of 10, 90% of the time I use a decoy, which I don't use them all the time and I never use them on public land, but on the private place, 90% of the time I use a decoy is a single Jake decoy. Usually not a strutter, it's the half strut Jake that I use in my video, and we've seen really good responses from the Jake decoys, just using a single Jake decoy. So that's kind of what I've stuck with. I do have hen decoys and I kind of put them up. I don't really even use them anymore. So that's a big tip to take away from this, that number one, this bird, it took him about 2 hours to come around to where I was set up at. So not moving and waiting and just being patient. You know, everybody talks about, you always hear, you know, patience when turkey hunting them, and always be patient in that and this. And I wasn't patient this morning. I actually got up at one point, you know, when he was quiet for an hour. I never heard him, so I kind of got up and walked away, but then my gut told me that I needed to stay where I was. So that's what I ended up doing, and it paid off big time. And first one's on the ground, and we're gonna go from there. Hopefully we'll fill the last tag. You know, if we can find another one to get on, that's what I'm looking forward to. Gonna be a lot of public land. Our public land in Georgia, around here where I live, is gonna open up about the middle of April, so we'll have maybe 2 or 3 weeks to hunt the public land. So that's what we're waiting on now. So anyway, just wanted to fill everybody in on this morning's hunt, and then good luck, and I hope you have a successful season.